Hello everyone, this is Joe Brewer here at Bioparque Moncora in Barichara, Colombia. And here we are in our food forest project that we've been working on for about 7 months now. What I want to show you today is how we are laying out the use of a special tree called Madre de Agua, the mother of water. It's also got the local name Aro. And in a previous video, I showed how we had placed a couple of these in the perimeter, and you can see there's actually one right here and another one right there. And over here at the end where that bag is, we're going to plant another one. And the whole idea for this tree is that a lot of indigenous people in the northern Andes use this tree because it digs deep roots into the ground to help absorb water when it rains and bring it down into the water to recharge the aquifers or to recharge the groundwater supply. And what I want to show you right now is that you can sort of see a line right here where when it rains, that's the maximum that it fills. And notice that the fill line is about where the roots of this tree are going into the ground. So when the water is at its maximum, it's at the top of the root structure of the tree. And so what we're doing is we're going to make a line of these Aro trees going around the entire inside of this retention pond, which you can see really nicely if I step up outside of it. And so here, if you look at the retention pond, you'll see that we've got an Aro right there, another one further back, and then the one that's way there in the black bag. And we're just going to be planting a line of them in a ring around this retention pond. And what's beautiful about the Aro tree, or the Madre de Agua, is that you can actually grow it from the branches of an existing tree. And you can see here that I've got quite a collection of them going, and even more of them at the house. Some of them that are just starting to grow their leaves, others that have more established leaves. And the way that I grow them is I take the branch, cut it with a machete, and then I put it into a jar of water with a little bit of honey, which helps to protect the branch as it's stimulating the growth of roots. And after it establishes roots, we put it into one of these bags with some potting soil from one of our compost systems, and we water it every day and wait about 2 months until we're ready to put it in the ground. And here today, we're going to be putting one in the ground. And what's really beautiful about this is that the ground here is like hard clay. It's almost like ceramic clay. And so I'm going to carve a little groove for this tree to sit in and then dig a hole, which will look the same as you can see in a finished one right here. That will dig it into a hole, and then we'll cover it with some mulch. We're using leaves from the acacia magnum tree, these big trees here behind me. And what's going to end up happening is this entire retention pond is going to have a line of these Aro trees that will create shade to help protect the area and help stimulate undergrowth and hold water and moisture on the ground, and also will help with its root systems to bring water deep into the ground and refill the water supply. And our plan over time, if I rise up out of this pond, is we're going to be building a river system. So you see, here's our first pond, and it's got an exit over there. And then it's going down. We've been clearing some grass on the far side. We're about to dig a second pond. And we're going to make a line of these curving ponds going all the way down the hillside, one of them spilling into the next to make a small river system. So the entire water retention system is going to be an artificially produced river that looks natural. And we're going to be using the curvature and the angling of the land to be able to bring the water into this when it rains. And as the water comes and fills these retention ponds, the Aro trees will recharge the aquifers, or will help to raise the water table. And all of this is part of the water retention that we're doing in this space. And I just wanted to show it to you today so that you could see how we're progressing as we take, you can actually see the whole system. The water comes in, enters the retention pond, water will be absorbed into the ground, and then it'll move on to our next retention pond, and we'll have a cascade of them running down the hill. So this is how the water infiltration is going to be done to accelerate the growth of plants and speed up our entire food forest system. So I hope this gives you some insights and inspiration about what we're doing here in Barichara, Colombia, and that it inspires you to regenerate some degraded land where you are.